So let's talk about the love languages. And then I'm curious to know what our love languages are. So Tisia, what would you like to say about love languages first and foremost?
I think that they're very important. And I also think that you can learn somebody's love language. Like they're not innate, right? And so like I think yours is kind of innate depending on how you grew up or whatever, but like you can definitely learn somebody's love language. And so you should know them. You should know your love language. And I think that it just really gives somebody an opportunity to really show up for you in the way that you need. That is like the most important part about it. Is like somebody gets to show up for you in the way that you need. So very, very important. I read the book years ago and I'm very big on it. We'll talk about it later, but my love language is always discriminated against. I don't know.
What is
What is it?
Receiving gifts. And I literally do not. We gotta talk about this. What did receiving gifts do to y'all? Okay, because I don't know what it's literally. It's like this is like the fake one. I don't know what did it do to everybody? If somebody says quality time, it's like, oh yeah, she wants to spend time with me. As soon as somebody says you a gold digger, you shallow, it's wait a minute, hold on. That is actually how like my parents show love. And literally I don't know that you like me unless you bought me something. It could be food, it could be my tire blew out, and then so it's like receiving gifts and acts of service, it's like right neck and neck.
Girl.
If I told you I lost my AirPod, baby, it's been 90 days, you ain't bought me a new pair of AirPods, like
I think there's
are you awake?
misconception with people who have love languages that are buying gifts, because I think people associate that with like bags and shoes and trips, and it's like, no,
like
a
luxury,
gift,
big
can be
items.
many things. A gift means that I thought of you and I got this thing for you, no matter how big or how small. So I think that's like the misconception that probably comes
but
with
it's like, even if it is though, like that, even like, and that's the thing, like even for a big ticket item, like yes, I do like nice things, and I'm also like I'm not a it's the thought that counts person. Look, sue me. I don't care. I am not. It's a thought. Give me what I say I want. Buy me what I like. That's it. Don't.
But at least you know that about yourself. And as long as you're
and can
clear and you communicate that,
Yes.
it's like that's up to the person to decide whether he wants to.
Right. But it
stay
also
around.
doesn't mean that I lack depth. That
No.
I am
Right.
like shallow or like,
Absolutely.
you know, I'm the
Absolutely.
same loving person,
Right.
but I like what I like. And even I love the small things. And I also like, you know, the big things as well. And I think you can have both and like have this duality and still like have depth and compassion. As soon as you say like you like receiving things from people, it's like, oh, all you do is take. You're not generous. And I'm just like, literally, what did this love?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's only 4 love languages because y'all be acting crazy about that. I know. It's a love language for a
That's
reason.
hilarious.
And I think everyone typically has a primary and then a secondary. So you're saying your primary is gifts, secondary would be acts of service.
They're literally like cousins. They first cousins. They hanging tight on both. Like because the acts of service, I would feel just as warm if you said like, "Hey, I saw you ran out of shaved almonds for your yogurt and I got you some." Then I would feel if it was like, "Hey, like, you know, I saw that you weren't feeling well, you know, so I'm just, you know, showing up to like bring you some soup or something." Like it's like an act of service, but they're usually acts of service may cost you something. You know,
So
acts of service acts of service ain't quite free. Time, gas money, whatever, you know, like you have to show in order to show up, it may cost you something. So to me, they really hang, and I took a lot of tests. Because the way the people shame me, child, I tried to get out of the receiving gifts as a love language. I tried to take the test about 5 times. And girl, it kept coming up.
Right.
So, and I had to talk to my therapist about this. I was like, you know, and she was like,
tell me.
I know.
But
it's a thing and it's a thing.
So with those being the way that you like to receive love, how do you like to give love? What love language do you give off?
Gifts.
Okay.
I love buying a gift, and I had to make sure it's not about me.
You know
it's
what?
about the other
This
person.
Makes a lot of
love
sense.
a gift.
So fun story. For my birthday, we went to Cabo, and Tisia got me my first name brand like perfume. I was like, I felt so bad like accepting it because I was like, I don't even do this for myself. I buy like Bath and Body Works, maybe Victoria's Secrets if I'm lucky. And she got me the Chanel perfume, and now I'm like, it's all I wear. So, but it was funny because I knew as a friend of Tisia's that I was like, oh, this is how she shows love, and you could tell that she got something for everyone who was there, and put like thought into it, and it was just so sweet. And I was like, it's interesting because it'd be weird, or not weird, but wild if you were like, this is how I like to receive it, but like I'm not willing to give it, you know? So it's like for that to be the love language that you naturally give and receive makes a lot of sense.
And on the contrary, I struggle with words of affirmation in particular and physical touch.
Girl,
because
Tisia,
my girl is and
we the same?
we are the same. We are the same. And and actually men always physical touch, words of affirmation.
Yes.
That's all
Always.
99% of men, right?
Okay.
And I struggle with
Me
that.
too.
One is because like, long story short, being bullied growing up, like I was like valedictorian. I also developed very early. Like I was wearing like a 36T bra. I was like 11, 12 years old. That was like my first, and so like I got a lot of praise growing up, but it actually got me bullied. So girls would chase me home from school. And so I didn't like it when people would be like, oh, I love your outfit. I love, whatever. So my mom had to come up to the school and tell the teacher, like, if she gets the highest grade in a class, don't announce it, because they were chasing me home. Like it was just bad. It's like, oh, it's her again. She thinks she all that. Or she light skinned. And I don't think I'm light skinned, but that's a whole nother thing. So I really struggle with that. And so because I shy away from the compliments, I always tell me, you ain't got to tell me I look good, I'm beautiful, all of that. That's just not my thing, baby. Look, put it on the floor. You send me some money or something. That's really how to show up for me. Like I don't really need like the verbal affirmations, but I struggle to give it back because so that's a big thing for me. I have to work on that. And I always get into these lover girl modes where I really try to like practice it more. Like I dated this guy and he was like, okay, what do you want me to wear to the airport? And I was like, babe, wear them YSL suede boots. Girl, the man showed up, 6'10". The man showed up and he literally told me that night, he was like, you didn't even say anything about my outfit. And I was just like, but I thought you knew that that's what I wanted you. I mean, we talked about it, and he was like, "Yeah,
but I'm not a mind reader.
I know you could have said
reader.
something, right? You could have said, and I'm really bad at it.
Yeah.
Like I am not a verbally affirming person, and my mom wasn't mushy like that either. And I realized, I think I was kind of like in a emotional, like deserted, like dry household, and so we were not really. Even my sister, she'd be like, "Love you," and I'd be like,
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
I'm not really that mushy, so I'm working on it.
So same, all the way around.
Super